Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com, and we are here today at the Cleveland Playhouse with Artistic Director Michael Bloom. Thanks so much for taking time, Michael.
My pleasure, Tom.
Talk about your move down here. This is finishing off your first season downtown.
Yep.
What a big, bold move this was.
It's been fantastic. Just to be in the energy and excitement of downtown with 9 theaters in this theater district and to have the facilities we have, they're extraordinary.
Incredible. You renovated the Allen Theater and made it usable again.
That's
For years, it was a big old grand theater, but we got plenty of those.
And beautiful. And really, really beautiful, with great acoustics.
Amazing space. And talk about this space that we're in here.
This space is really kind of the workhorse of the complex down here because it's used constantly by Case Western Reserve University students and CSU, and us when we do readings and special events like what we've got coming up this week.
Right. So this is sort of a black box space?
It is. It is. The lab can be configured in any number of arrangements.
Right.
And it's great because it's very basic and you can just bring things in and turn it into anything you want.
Which you do often, don't you?
We do.
You're constantly. Talk about this weekend because it used to be called Fusion Fest. Now it's New Ground Theater Festival. Mm-hmm. Any change there besides the branding change? What was your thinking?
Well, definitely the branding change to recognize the great new facilities we have,
right.
but also because we wanted to get theater in the title.
Yeah.
And people used to ask me, "What's a fusion?" You know, and so
it's a fest of fusions.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're more focused on theater per se now.
Right. And you're certainly in the right place to do it, the second largest theater complex in the country,
exactly.
Right?
Yep.
So talk about this festival. This has been your baby, right? You brought this here when you came about 8 years ago.
That's right.
And it was to push those edges a little bit out. And not that you don't with your programming, but talk about the mission of this.
Well, it really is to expand our artistic boundaries and push the envelope a little bit to do shows that also would not necessarily come to Cleveland. In fact, probably wouldn't otherwise.
Right.
Especially with our solo shows. So this weekend we've got 2 incredible shows. Bust, written by and with Lauren Weedman, who was a correspondent on The Daily Show.
Right, I remember.
It's hilarious. It's about her experiences as an actress in L.A., but also as a volunteer at a women's prison facility.
Right.
It's pretty funny.
It touches a lot of bases.
It does.
And she plays something like, what, 50 characters in this? Just one after another?
Yeah. She's been called the funniest woman in show business.
It's a real tour de force, isn't it?
Is.
Yes, it is. So, and talk about also the Rap Guide to Evolution, another amazing piece.
It really is. Baba Brinkman is one of a kind. There is nobody who can rap and rap with the kind of improvisatory ability that he has. In fact, the last 10 minutes of the show are based on audience suggestions.
Really?
Yeah, so it's pretty sensational. I mean, it combines Darwin and contemporary culture in a way that nobody's ever done before.
This is a Canadian guy with a master's in medieval literature.
Yes.
A white guy, for sure.
Exactly.
But he pulls it off, doesn't he?
He really does. It's an amazing thing. He's 6'5".
Did he just win?
He just got nominated for a Drama Desk. For this. This was so well received. The reviews for this in New York were sensational.
Well, it's going to go over great here because this is something you can really sink your teeth into, both of these shows. Talk about the Fagin Effect, which you are writing.
Yes.
I assume you're still writing it.
I am.
It hasn't hit the stage yet.
No.
It's still a few days away.
It's just a first draft, but it's a pastiche of Oliver Twist. And so I use the same kind of characters to tell a different story.
Right. So what is the Fagin Effect? Is Fagin not a very pleasant character?
No, and what I really wanted to try to do is to rehabilitate that character. And so that's the idea behind it.
Guy that takes in orphans, puts them out on the street,
Yeah.
steals from them.
Yeah.
You're rehabilitating this guy.
Trying.
Maybe compared to the politicians we have these days, he's
there
looking
you go.
good. Talk about next year's season. You just announced your second season downtown, if you will. What do you got in store for us?
Well, we've got some of the best plays from the New York season last year. Good People, nominated for a Tony Award, Lombardi, which was a huge hit on Broadway, and The Whipping Man, which was really a surprise success in New York on Broadway. And, it's incredible variety. We've got a Bessie Smith musical. We've got a great new play at the end of the season called Rich Girl.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very exciting season.
Cleveland Connections with Rich Girl.
Yes,
correct.
Absolutely.
And also a Carol for Cleveland.
Carol for Cleveland is our holiday show. It's going to be a world premiere. Eric Coble is writing it,
wow.
and it's based on a Les Roberts story about. It's kind of a modern telling of a Christmas Carol.
You guys are getting more and more Cleveland all the time, even though
We're trying.
You've been the oldest continuing repertory theater in the country.
That's right.
I don't know if people realize this. What does it mean?
We were first.
When you have subscribers who've been subscribing for 60 years.
Nobody can believe it. Nobody around the country. Most theaters haven't been in business for 60 years. So the loyalty is pretty amazing.
Where are you going quickly? Where are you headed in the future? This is a huge move, and congratulations. I understand single ticket sales are double they were a year ago.
They're pretty amazing. And we're headed toward the centennial, so we're actually starting this summer to try to figure out what we're going to do for that big season.
Wow.
It'll be the season of 2015, 2016.
Start planning now. It's going to be big.
Yep.
Well, I believe you after seeing what you've done here, because you said you were going to do this move, and everyone was like, "Whoa, that's a huge move," and you pulled it off. Congratulations!
Well, thanks. It's been wonderful. People have been very supportive.
Isn't it great how your audience followed you down here,
and
you found more?
It is absolutely. We've got a West Side audience that we really didn't have much of before.
Good for you. Thanks so much for taking time, Michael.
Thanks a lot, Thomas.
Good luck with things.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com. Have a great week in Cool Cleveland.